afternoon, everyone. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm here today to guide you through your express 30-minute HIIT circuit. All you need today are some medium, maybe some light weights. I definitely recommend having a variety around. We've got some rows that we're going to do where you can probably use a heavier weight, and then we're going to go for a standing fly, in which case you might need a lighter weight. If you don't happen to have a lighter weight, I'll show you some ways you can use that heavier weight that might still work for you. And you can always just work on putting your weight down, staying as engaged as possible, and engaging the muscle group as you squeeze. I know I literally just said that. All right, so we're gonna start in 2 minutes. I recommend having some water nearby. We won't have any specific water breaks, but please help yourself to water as you need. And if you have the opportunity to put some music on that will keep you motivated and moving, I highly recommend putting that music on for yourself. So we're starting in 2 minutes with a nice quick warm up before we come into today's workout. See you guys in 2 minutes. Excuse me, Uncle Buck. Thank you. All right, I got my water, I'm ready. Hopefully you have your water as well. Encourage you to get up from your desk, from the couch, wherever it is that you were presumably sitting. Before we get started, I give you major props if you're doing this workout in the middle of the day. Stop in your work to work out, because movement is medicine. That's why I thought it was so important to bring you guys a fresh new workout today instead of just sharing something previously recorded, because I'm on vacation, but I still wanted to work out and I figure you did too. So let's go ahead and get started. Make sure you have some space for yourself, starting with just a couple breaths. So go ahead, plant your feet firmly on the floor. Start to draw that belly in. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. On your next inhale, maybe you bend your knees as you bring your arms all the way up overhead. Find length from your waist, a little stretch in the belly, and exhale. Relax your arms down by your side. Let's do a couple more just like that. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale. Arms come down. Match your movement with your breath. As your lungs fill, your arms float all the way at the top. As lungs are full, arms are high. And as your lungs empty, arms come down by your side. 2 more. On this last one, let's go ahead, keep those arms up overhead. Find a little stress of the shoulders and make sure you pull those shoulder blades down. There's no overarching of your back, so if you found you were overarching your back, I know I was, take a little squeeze of those glutes, bring your hips forward and bring the weight into your heels. From here, go ahead, drop your right arm down, stretch all the way over to the left side. Inhale back up to center, left arm comes down, stretch over to the right. Take your time, move at your own pace, work to still be lifted in your length as straight of a line as you can create. So try to avoid collapsing your chest down towards the floor. Keep that chin lifted, looking at the wall in front of you, not looking down towards the floor or your mat. Take the time to get 1 more on each side. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Awesome. And exhale, go ahead and relax those arms down by your side. Let's get a little warm up into our legs and hips as well. So go ahead, plant the weight in your left foot, and go ahead, swing your right leg. You can use your arms in the help you with a little bit of counterbalance. Maybe you even have your hands at your waist, or maybe you go ahead and use a chair or a dresser that you have around to help you work to stay really lifted so you're not tilting side to side. And let's go ahead, switch the weight into your opposite leg. Just finding the range of motion that works for your body today, starting to get a nice little stretch in those hips. Belly still pulled in, so we're already starting to challenge the core. Go ahead, plant that left foot down. Switch the weight back into it. We're just gonna tick-tock side to side. I'm already feeling a little sore today, so feeling this through the side of the glute, a little towards the inner thigh as I really stretch out to the side. Let's go ahead, get the opposite leg. So make sure you really plant the weight down, draw your belly in, core is contracted, engaging those pelvic floor muscles. And just finding the range of motion that works for you. This is your workout, so do your best. Awesome, plant that foot one more time, maybe shake it out. We got one more hip opener here, planting that left foot down, inhale that right leg up, bring it all the way open, back in and down. So asking you to work that core a little bit more than if you were gonna tap that toe down towards the floor. And challenging your abs by having you slowly draw that knee up. We're gonna get 2 more on each side after this. And then I'm gonna show you the first move of the day. We're gonna mix up the time. So we're still going to go for a Tabata workout, but instead of having all rounds be 20 seconds and 10 seconds off, or all rounds be superset into 40 seconds, we're gonna do a 40-second move, followed by 2 20-second moves, and then repeat that a second time before we move on to something else. So our first move of the day, our 40-second move is going to be a half squat. You can do this as a goddess squat if you prefer. I think that's what I'm going to do. It feels good. So opening those legs out nice and wide, toes are pointed out towards the side, knees are in the same direction of your toes. We're gonna come down nice and low, make sure your feet are wide enough so knees don't go past toes, lift up halfway and lower back down. If you find you need to stand up for a second and shake it out, stand up and shake it out. And our next move is gonna be squat jumps. So coming in a little bit more narrow and jumping it out. If you can't jump it out, you can squat and step together. So just change up the move a little bit for round 2. So I'm gonna have to stare at the clock a little bit more than usual for this workout. Let's get ready for our 40 seconds of sumo squats. Pull that core in, lift from the waist. We start in 3, 2, 1. Begin, just 40 seconds of work. Oh yeah, sorry, just coming up halfway. Weight is in your heels, so you're pressing through those heels, squeezing those glutes. I like to have my hands in front of my chest. You might find that you like to have your hands at your waist. So think about maybe moving slowly as well, not just letting momentum propel you up and drop you down. You're more than halfway through. Oh my gosh, just about 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, shake it out. If you're listening to music, take a little dance break right here. You got 20 seconds to rest. I'm gonna put this timer down here on the floor. Next up, we've got those squat jumps. So 20 seconds of squat jumps. Try to eliminate the pause in between where you're stepping it out side to side. 3, 2, 1, go for it. If you're jumping, work to land softly and shift the weight back into your heels. And then you're pressing up and landing softly as well. Halfway through. Remember, you can always step it side to side. 3, 2, 1, take your break. 10 seconds, quick little break, and then one more time of those squat jumps. 3, 2, 1, jump it out. How low can you go? Fix that shirt right here. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Take that 10-second break. We're coming right back into our wide leg pulsing sumo squats. 40 seconds of work. Starts right now. Keep breathing. My AC is off for this workout. Ooh, it is hot in here. I'm gonna have to shake it out for a sec and come right back in. Oh my gosh, it is hot in here. 15 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. Shake it out. Maybe even pound out those quads. One more time through of our 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, jump squats. Then we're moving on to something else. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Remember, if you don't feel good about these jumps, you can always step side to side. Stepping it in, stepping it out. As long as you keep moving, that's what's important. Try and get some air. 3, 2, 1. Take your 10-second break. One more time through. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Come on, y'all. You got 10 seconds left right here. Jumping it out. Keep moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's done. Great work. Shake it out. Think about grabbing that quick sip of water. The next move that we're going to start with is a Romanian deadlift into a row. So you can probably use your heavier weight for this first set. And if you don't have weights, that's totally okay. Just work on engaging and keeping your core contracted. So for this next one, we're going to, with that belly pulled in, okay to have that slight bend in your knee, hinge forward, hips drive back. With your back flat, you're gonna row, lower down, stand yourself up. That's it for the first move. Then we're gonna do hinged over just rows. You ready? Let me restart my timer. 40 seconds of work to start in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So feet about hips width distance apart. Weight, as usual, is in those heels. And you're coming down to where you have that flat back. So depending on how strong your core is, maybe you're barely hinging forward, or maybe you're able to hinge forward a lot. No matter where you are, your hips are driving behind you, and you're working to bring those elbows up nice and high. The weights are just painting by your rib cage. I'm going for a low row right here. If you wanted to go for a higher row, you're welcome to. 3, 2, 1. Great. Take that 20-second break. I recommend putting the weights out of your hand. So now you know there's 2 different options you can do as we hinge over for our next row. You can stay low, or you can challenge the shoulders a little bit more and go wide. You got 2 times through, so maybe you switch it up in 3, 2, begin. So stay hinge forward, belly's in, you have that flat back. The weight is in your heels. Your legs can be as straight as feels right for your body today. If you need to, you can also come down onto your knees on the mat. Have as straight a line of your spine as possible. The timer stopped. Sorry, y'all. All right, let's take a break. I bet that was about 20 seconds. We'll do one more like that. Ready? Begin. 20 seconds, same thing. Just row. Maybe you're going for this wider row this time. Halfway. Awesome work. Take that break. Great. Next up, we're going to come into we're going to change it up just a little bit. So we're going to hinge forward, go for a row, and then add in a fly. If you have trouble bringing arms out to the side, think about bringing arms slightly behind you. 3, 2, 1, begin. So we hinge forward, row, arms come down, fly, and then stand back up. I know I'm gonna have to switch to a lighter weight as we come just into the fly, but challenging myself here to bring those hands back a little bit more instead of to the side makes it a little bit easier. You're doing awesome. You've got just about 10 seconds left of this move to go. Then you got a nice long 20-second break. Hinge forward, belly in, row, and then fly. Awesome. Take that break, grabbing my lighter weights for the next round of hinge, just fly. So either working to have arms come about shoulders height out to the side, or continue to bring them behind you. Ready? Pull that belly in, plant your feet, hinge forward, begin. 20 seconds of work. You can keep a slight bend to those elbows. Remember, working to eliminate any wrinkles in your neck, so eyes are gently in front of you instead of gazing right down at the floor. Keep it up. 3, 2, keep this last one. You got it. Awesome. Now take a break. Just a 10-second break. 3, 2, 1. Find that hinge. Remember, finding the hinge that works for you. So if you need to, you're coming down to the floor even, so that you're not as concerned about balance and you're just focusing on this fly. Shoulders are away from your ears. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You're awesome. We made it through. Shake it out. Grab that water. We got one more standing move, and then we're gonna stay low to the floor. All right. For our next move, still working in that squat, we're gonna come to the back of our mat, really low. Squat down. From here, you're gonna walk yourself forward and give yourself a push-up. You can bring your knees to the floor for the push-up. Maybe you even bring your knees down such that you're in tabletop, so you're really working on bringing that chest down towards the floor, as opposed to being towards the back of the mat and letting that belly sag down. Then press yourself back up. Make sure you stay low as you come back from your inchworm. And then we got 20 seconds of just push-ups. We're gonna switch it the second time around to do a push-up and then add in a little bit of back work before we press ourselves up. So if you don't want to do the push-up in our first 40 seconds of work, if you're just focusing on the inchworm to the low squat in the back, great place to be. Are you ready to get started? Because we are in 3, 2, 1. So nice and low. You walk those hands forward, either giving yourself some sort of a push-up now, and then make sure you stay low at the back. I barely have space for this in the direction that I'm in. Keep it up. Just 30 more seconds of work. I'm sorry, I meant 10 more seconds of work. All right, take your break, y'all. Next up, we've got just that push-up. So challenge yourself to get all the way down. You can make it harder, adding a pause in on the way. Set yourself up. Make sure you're ready to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I like push-ups where those elbows drive gently behind me, working a little bit more on that tricep. Nice and slow on the way down and controlled on the way back up as well. Take your break, maybe stretch back into child's pose. Maybe give yourself a little bit of an ab stretch. We got one more time through of just that push-up right now. Add in that pause in here the second time around. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Come to the back of the mat. Get ready. We're going to go for our low squat inchworm and begin. Walk yourself out, shift the weight forward. Bring those knees to the floor if you need to, if you're adding in that push-up, or you can eliminate the push-up and just inchworm forward. Come into a plank for a moment, and then inchworm back, stay low. 20 more seconds. Careful if your mat's getting a little slick and slippery. All right, take your break. So this time we're gonna add on to our push-up. So coming down in a push-up, all the way down, squeeze shoulder blades, lift chest, and then press yourself back up. 10 seconds till we get started, 2 times through for that move. 3, 2, 1. So lower yourself all the way down, and then squeeze, and then press up. If you're hanging out in tabletop and you need a modification, you're giving yourself a push-up and then a bird dog. Take a break. 1 more time through. Ready? 3, 2, 1, begin. Really control on the way down. I really find that pause push-up to be a great challenge. Feel it later for sure. Last one, finish it out. Do 1 more, you're so worth it. Great, take your break. All right, I'm gonna grab a towel. Thanks, Uncle Bob. I'm just gonna grab your towel. I know, that's gross, but honestly, I'm gonna shower after this workout. Anyway, okay. So the next move that we're going to do is we're going to combine an elevator plank with the side plank and some rotation. If you don't want to do the elevator plank of going down on your forearms and pressing yourself up, just hang out in a plank for 40 seconds. Then we're going to roll over onto our side. You have so many choices for your side plank. You can have your knees on the floor. You can straighten both legs. You can have the top leg towards the front. I find it a little more challenging to have the top leg even towards the back. So see if you can really work to lift those hips up off the floor. We'll do one side for the first 2 rounds, and then we'll flip over to the other side for the second 2 rounds. So get ready for either your elevator plank or just holding onto a plank. We do have 2 times through, so you can always do a straight arm and then a forearm plank. Let's get right into it. 3, 2, 1, and remember you can do this one from your knees. So if you need to be on your knees, alternating from lifting and lowering, but if you can, challenge yourself to come onto your toes. Even if you just come onto your toes 1 time. Try not to let those hips go too high into the air. We're not going for down dog. We're going for a plank, and you're more than halfway there. 10 more seconds. Either just hanging out or keep moving. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Lower down. Prepare yourself for that side plank. Side plank, either just hanging out or adding in a rotation. Warming up for our last move of the day. Whew. You ready? Which side are you starting with? 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna lift one of those legs. Really find that reach and open. 20 seconds of work. Halfway through. Remember, you can have those knees down on the floor, otherwise you're working to lift that hip. And you get to take a break right now. Awesome. 1 more time through, same side. Then back to those elevator planks. 3, 2, 1. Halfway. 2, 1. Take your break. Get ready for those elevator or just holding your plank. One more time through. One more 40-second increment. Starts right now. If you are going for an elevator plank, try not to continue to lower or lift on the same side. Can you switch up which arm is lowering and which arm is lifting each time? Or we're halfway, so switch it up right now if you've been doing the same thing. Ten more seconds. Sorry, glasses. 3, 2, 1. Take your break. Get ready to flip over to the opposite side for your side plank. Ooh, it is real sweaty in here with the air conditioning off. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Remember, you can have those knees on the floor or find a little bit of balance using that top leg, bending your top leg. If you don't need that though, can you wiggle that top leg back and challenge yourself to the side plank? Give it a try and then take a break. All right, you gave it a try. Can you give it one more whirl? We got one more time through with that side plank. Begin. After this, we get to lay down on our backs, finish with some ab-focused movement. Three, 2, 1. Great work. All right, we're gonna lower down on our backs. We're gonna switch between doing some leg drops and drawing our knees into our chest and then drawing our knees in and leg drops. So the first round through, if you need to, arms are by your side. More challenger arms are behind you. We're gonna go for a leg drop, bend your knees, bring them into your chest, leg raise, followed by that leg drop. Then we're gonna sit up and do a Russian twist. The second time through, we're gonna draw knees in, legs up, and then drop. So just the opposite direction. Thumbs under your glutes is gonna make it easier. The lower you get your heels to the floor, the more you're challenging yourself. In 3, 2, 1, begin. So we're going for a leg lift, bent knees, press out through your heels. Remember, you can always press out a little higher if that's what works for your body today. And reminder that having your thumbs under your bum makes this easier as well. Make sure you're really gluing that lower back down to the floor. Five more seconds to go. Take your break. Awesome. Sit yourself up because we're going to be sitting up for our Russian twist. You can have your feet on the floor. You can experiment with lifting one leg and then lifting the other. If lifting both legs isn't working for you today, find that flat back and begin. Twist from side to side. See if you can even tap those fingers down towards the floor. Can you tap your opposite side hand finger to the floor to get an even deeper twist? Take a break. One more time through just like that, and then we've got our leg drops. This is our last move of the day. 3, 2, lift that chest and begin. If you find that your back is rounding, plant those feet on the floor. Even if you sit yourself up a little bit higher, you might even find that you like this one with your legs straight to challenge that back a little bit more. And the more you hinge back with that chest still lifted, still getting some good core work. Take a break. All right, let's lay ourselves down. We got our next time through of those legs drops. This time I think that we're going for a leg lift. Wait, no, leg drop and then press out. Begin. No, it was I don't know. Do you remember? Yeah, whatever. We're trying to do the opposite of whatever we did last time. I'm confused. This one I think is harder, so I think I got it right, going for that drop and then draw in, lift. 10 more seconds. Take your break, sit yourself up. Great work. Last time through with our Russian twist. Starts in 10 seconds. Challenge yourself to get at least one leg off of the floor. You ready? Begin. So if you're lifting that leg off the floor, trying to get it parallel to the floor, even if you have to lower it down, if you alternate between marching through those legs. You got to challenge yourself to find the change. So don't just do the easy thing. Push yourself right here, right now. Take a break. See? Push yourself just for 3 seconds, and then you got a break coming. You got one more 20-second burst coming your way. Right now, pull that belly in. Find that big rotation from your core. If you feel like you need to put both feet down, try with just one. Just put one foot down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Lower yourself all the way down. This time, draw those knees in towards your chest. Stretch your elbows down towards your hips. Stretch to the crown of your head. Create some length to the wall behind you. And press your sacrum, your tailbone down towards the mat. Slow your breath down. Relax here. Take 3 more breaths in some stillness. And then give yourself a couple little circles right here with your knees in one direction. Then in the opposite direction. Let's get a nice little quad stretch while we're laying down on our backs. So take your right hand and put it on top of your left shin. Take your left hand, reach underneath, grab hold of your right foot, bring the sole of your right foot towards your glute. As you press the outer edge of that right knee to the floor, you'll feel a big stretch in the quad. Take a couple breaths right there. You don't need to keep holding on to that right foot as long as you feel the stretch. Feels so good, right? All right, you can come back to that later if you want to. Let's go ahead, switch and get to the other side. So just placing your left hand on top of your right knee, allowing your right hand to guide the sole of the left foot towards your glute. And as you stretch your left knee towards the end of the mat and press the outer thigh towards the floor, you'll feel that stretch on the top of your leg. Keep working to slow your exhale down, slow that heart rate down, draw both knees in towards your chest and just rock yourself up to a seated position. Hands behind you, cross that right leg over your left, walk yourself in, get one more stretch in your hip into that glute. Keeping you here for just about 2 extra minutes to get a little bit more stretching in. Switch legs so you continue to feel good for the rest of the day. These are also some great stretches you can do sitting at your desk, just crossing one leg over the other, working to find some opening of the hips, and even twisting around to the side to give yourself a little spine twist. Come on, onto all fours into tabletop. Let's manipulate that spine just a little bit with 2 cat-cows up and down. And then give yourself 2 looks over each shoulder. Work to find a little stretch into that side body, maybe even hold it, because we just worked into it with those Russian twists. Take the time to give yourself any stretches that feel good for you. Tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling. Treat yourself to some stretch breaks throughout the day. Walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands, and then keep your heels on the floor as you pedal through your knees. Take a moment, shake your head. Yes, yes, I am proud of myself for coming. No, you don't regret it.
at all, because you know you're going to feel better later. Shift the weight to your heels and slowly roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. As you stack your shoulders over hips, bend your knees if it feels good. Inhale your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale, relax them down by your side. 2 more. Get those big breaths to finish. Bring a smile to your face. Be so proud of yourself for getting these 30 minutes of movement today. Last one, arms come up, and as arms come down by your side, find any stretch, any twists, any shimmies or shakes that feel good for you, because hopefully you finish feeling good. If you have any questions or concerns about anything that I said or we did today, please reach out. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever time it is that you came to join me, and I hope to see you all again soon.